language interpreter this morning is Wanja, and in studio we are with Professor Fred Ogola to have a Monday conversation, just like any other Monday. And Professor,
yes,
I don't know where to start because we have the dailies, we have teachers and Shah, and also we have a conversation that we had last week about what the Christian fraternity wants to do in terms of its members accessing health services. I do not want to give you to start where you want to start.
Yes.
But let me try be in control. How was your weekend? A 1-1 draw with Manchester City and Manchester United, at least this weekend. I was a happy man.
I am sure. I can see that. For me, I was not very happy until the very last minute that my happiness became now neutral.
Yes.
So it was a good weekend. But I must say that our week was towards the end. You saw that when we are talking about Shah here, it sort of defined my week until my weekend. Because remember, when we were talking about the issue of Shah and Karimed, the information went out maybe too early, and it created a lot of, it ruffled a lot of feathers.
Yeah.
So it's created a good taste and bad taste. But let me clarify that from our conversation, people thought that I was making a statement on behalf of the church. I want to say I'm not the church spokesperson.
Yeah.
I was simply expressing my sentiments. And I might say that if there's anybody who felt ruffled the wrong way, maybe they just didn't understand what I meant. You know, the information is starting to look like I said that Karimed should replace the Social Health Authority medical scheme.
Yeah.
But actually, they should complement or supplement. You know, complementary, we have to distinguish this thing, Alan, clearly. In English, there's a difference between complementary, supplementary, and substitution. So, remember when you are doing exams in school, if you failed, you did supplementary exam, meaning that you didn't perform well in that subject, so you are given supplementary exams to actually get yourself above the water. Complementary exam is given when you have already passed, but maybe you are given a chance to score much higher. For example, if you scored 52%, but your lecturer believes you are not a B student, maybe the C student, they believe maybe you are an A student, they can give another exam that can actually make you shine so that you can do much better. And substitution means that you totally fail, so you have to repeat exam. You have to repeat even the class. So Shah, Karimed for the Catholic Church is not aiming, because we had to, even actually the bishop had to ask me, and I had to tell them, I'm sorry if something really did not come out the way you mean, but the position of the Catholic Church and the bishops is that Karimed is a complementary medical scheme. It is also a supplementary, because there are some things where Shah might not do perfectly well. So it is supplementary to that, but it's not a replacement for Shah. So let this be very clear. And I think for me, what I would like to say here is that there should be no need of the government feeling a little bit, let's say, annoyed with my statement, because there is no way the Catholic Church has got powers to replace a medical scheme by the government. Remember, Shah is passed by law. So it's mandatory for all those people with the pay slip to pay to Shah. The only question they should be asking, why should the people who are doing voluntary contribution not growing at the same rate as those who are actually compulsory? Because Shah is compulsory for all those employed. In fact, when I joined Strathmore in the year 2012, I could not earn my salary for the first 6 months because I was being told to go register with NHIF. So remember that Shah is having compulsory contributors who may not even need the medical scheme in the first case. And that's why Shah can actually be cheaper and can offer better healthcare, because insurance is about pooling of risks. Can you imagine if you start working when you are 21 years old, you're already contributing to medical scheme? How often do a 20-year-old go to hospital that needs serious attention?
Rarely.
Very rarely. So it means the younger people contribute more to sustain the older people who have more health needs. And then as these people also get older, younger people also come. So it's about you contributing when you are young and not having to use it much. So the Catholic Church, CARIMED, is more of people who are doing it voluntarily only, because there is no law the Catholic Church can pass that all Catholics must subscribe to SHA, to CARIMED.
Yeah.
So I want to say that let the government make all other healthcare schemes irrelevant by being perfect. You know, if you are good, there is no need of fighting. Safaricom came in, found when Airtel had been set. I remember Kensel was there before Safaricom.
Yeah.
And Safaricom came, and now they are getting 75% of the market share. They have around 85% of the revenue share. So they have made even the Kensel, if you like, now currently called Airtel, almost irrelevant. So let us not try to say that it's bad for anybody to come with initiative. By the way, corporate medical schemes like Jubilee Insurance, AAR, UAP, among all the other things, they are only existing because the government health scheme is not perfect. So they are coming to complement, they are coming to supplement, but not coming to replace. Because even if you go to register for medical scheme, they'll tell you that if you don't have a SHA, then you might not actually qualify to have the corporate one, like the other private schemes. So they are here to complement each other. And I'm sure there should be this coexistence and interdependence between the Catholic Church, CARIMED, the one for SHA, and even the one for the other medical schemes. And if the government wants to become perfect, I think the Catholic Church subscribed on what is called the social teaching of the church, which I want to clarify. I wrote a book called Solomonic Economics. And Solomonic Economics has proposed what is called a welfare state. A welfare state is a state whereby the welfare of the citizens become primary to a government. Under the welfare state, healthcare should be free offered by the government. Education should be free offered by government. And the Catholic Church being concerned about the social teaching of the church, which is preferential treatment for the poor. You'll never see the Catholic Church saying they are setting up a scheme which prefers to serve the rich. Because Jesus, who is the one who founded Christianity, talked about, I have come so that the poor, isn't it, can be liberated. I've come so that the blind can see. I've come so that the lame can walk. Jesus came for the downtrodden, the people who have been forgotten, the lowly. So the Catholic Church and other Christian denominations, but even all faiths like Muslims, mostly focus on the poor. There's a preferential treatment of the poor. So the Catholic Church has set up hospitals, even in places that may not look very profitable, to try to support the poor. So then the government should do is to make SHA work to enforce what the Catholic mission is. So I can see interdependence, but there is no need of competition. But what is the problem with competition? Competition is allowed. I'm an economist. We have public competition. So the more insurance schemes on board, the more we have a perfect competition in the market, and therefore the more services quality can improve, because the only person who will continue to sustain is the one who can offer quality, affordable, reliable, accessible, and efficient healthcare.
And I totally agree with you, Prof, but also for the sake of education on the platform, I would like to inform people that as the reference you've made is totally true on the coming of Jesus and all of that. In the 21st century, we've sort of we've moved. Of course, disability, unfortunately, for the longest time has been structured as a religious matter, that religious leaders will give back to the society to look like they are moving in the footsteps of Jesus Christ. But these days, we are more on the right-based approach, that every person deserves the right to healthcare, everybody deserves the right to education. And I think if we then argue matters from that point of view, then everybody wins at the end of the day. Extending the conversation on SHA, and I agree with you, competition is important. Why don't teachers want to go to SHA? What is really the issue? Because, of course, feathers are being ruffled, and I believe if you don't want your feathers to be ruffled, then do not be in the chicken coop. That is what I would think. Why would then the teachers be afraid of going into SHA? And what really is wrong with this SHA, that nobody really wants to be a part of of receiving services through this government scheme?
You know, first of all, people think SHA is technology. That the SHA is working, that you can log in and it's working.
Yeah.
No, you don't get treatment by logging in. You get treatment by meeting a doctor. How easy is it to meet doctors who need to see you under SHA?
Yeah.
Alan, take it to me. Now, if you go with you to a hospital, as soon as you reach the reception,
Yeah.
they will ask you, how are you paying? Once you say, I'm paying cash, quickly they treat you, isn't it? Once you say, I'm paying through Jubilee Insurance, EOP Insurance, I don't know, other insurance companies, you might find that even you are treated even faster, isn't it? But once you say you are through SHA, then you're being told, wait a little bit, let us try to find out, isn't it? You know, that thing of quality of treatment is, can you access a doctor quickly with SHA?
Yeah.
Can you get medicine paid for by SHA? Now I saw they are saying that everybody, I saw is it Esther Mwangangi saying everybody, even with the chronic illnesses, will be able to go and access treatment by SHA without any problem, isn't it? Now let's look here. How many Kenyans are flying today to India? Today, like we speak.
So many of them.
Do you know that over 20,000 Kenyans fly to India every day for medical treatment? And it is cheaper to take a flight to Mumbai, stay in an hotel, cheaper and more convenient and more reliable to get treatment in chronic illnesses in India than here. Where are we getting it wrong? Let me tell you, Alan, I'm not here just to critique the government. We should manufacture our own medicine. India does. What is making India cheaper? They manufacture their own medicine. But for us, we are so corrupt here that if someone wants to come to set up a medical manufacturing medicine here, we ask for corruption first. We tell them, nipatie yangu, then you get permission. So all our neighbors, Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, Ethiopia, are picking opportunities which came first to Kenya, then they get. Look at the issue of equipment for testing. By logging into SHA and you say it's working does not mean you are going to get an ultrasound, you are going to get a CT scan, does not mean you are going to get the right diagnostics for your illnesses. No, just logging in does not help. But also just paying to SHA every month and being compliant does not give you medicine. So we are talking about the supply side of SHA. Alan, you know very well that you dread being sick. Why? Because you know very well you'll put money into the system and nothing will come out. And that's why we are trying to say that we are not criticizing the government. We are simply saying the teachers get scared because their SHA card does not mean value. But if you hold UAP insurance in your card, in your hand, you hold All Mutual in your hand, you hold those other insurance companies in your hand, don't you think you feel safer? But if you have SHA in your hands, are you having treatment? So between holding SHA in your hand or holding those private insurance in your hands or holding your wallet full of money for treatment, where are you safe? If SHA is safer, it's good. But let's go here. Go to Norway. Go to Spain. Those are welfare states. There is nothing, even you don't need a card. You just need to show your ID and you get treated. I, Fred Ogola, was a student in Spain. I don't pay taxes in Spain. Actually, Spain, through European Union, sponsored my PhD and master's there. When I got sick, I just carried my student card. I went to hospital. I was admitted under emergency. I was treated and discharged and driven back home with a taxi for the hospital, and I paid nothing. So that kind of system should be here. And if that system is here, who will risk even setting up a medical insurance scheme?
Nobody.
How relevant will be these private insurance companies? How relevant will CariMed?
Or probably even the private players are the people who are stifling the growth of the national scheme, because then you would not really understand, because I don't understand how a government-led program would really fail. And staying on the same issue, there is another directives here from private hospitals, and they have been told, this is what the story says. Now, private hospitals across the country will now require cash payments from patients covered by the Social Health Authority following a directive by the Rural and Urban Private Hospitals Association of Kenya, RUFA. Now, in a notice issued Sunday, RUFA said the move effective Monday, September 22nd, was prompted by delayed and unsettled payments from SHA, which it said had made it unsustainable for hospitals to continue offering services on credit.
Yeah, Alan, I can tell you that I have been sitting in boards of several hospitals, and the biggest, you run a business, Alan.
Yeah.
I don't want to say which business you run, but you can tell yourself whenever you want.
Yeah.
When you are doing your accounts, there's what they call debtors and creditors,
Yeah.
isn't it? The largest debtor in the hospital financial statement is NHIF, and now SHA. That's the largest.
Yeah.
And by aging, meaning that the longest people who have held your money for the longest period of time,
Yeah.
and secondly by amount. So these private hospitals, if you go to their list of debtors, you find that SHA is the largest one, then followed by some other insurance companies. So how can you be keeping your receivables being SHA? SHA is the largest receivable in each and every hospital, which is private.
Yeah.
And that's why some hospitals absorb that and give provision for losses. You write this is a loss, you won't get. I was another board I don't want to mention because now issues are getting many. You know, when you're on a board, you must also behave. That's why I'm sure the bishops were not very happy with me. When I said BISCO, they never sent me to say it. So I was on a certain board where we put it very clear that we'll never take SHA, because there's a time when we allowed patients to come for dialysis, and the SHA NHIF by then orders around 120 million shillings. We had to write it off. So you go and ask people on hospitals, how many people are writing off debt from SHA and NHIF? The manga is big. I agree with William Ruto. It didn't start with SHA.
Yeah.
The problem began with NHIF. But why I don't agree with him, he said he will fix it. So we are not debating on whether there was a problem already.
Yeah.
The issue is that he's fixing. I saw him saying that SHA has paid around 50 billion shillings a year to owners of healthcare, yet NHIF paid the highest 20 billion a year. The issue is paid to who? Because the people actually run healthcare are not receiving the money. But the ghost hospitals are receiving the money. How do you issue money to a ghost hospital? What is the KRA PIN for a ghost hospital? How can a ghost hospital write an invoice? Who is the, when you are being paid, I've been paid by government, you have to give the CR12, isn't it?
Yeah.
You have to give the PIN. You have to give your physical address. You have to give the bank account with all those details. Even you have to give your tax compliance. Alan, I'm a fool probably. But how can a ghost hospital get a tax compliance? Who gives it? How can a ghost hospital get a KRA PIN and give you their company location, physical address, and the rest with the bank account?
Money to that
and
account.
how can a ghost hospital have a bank account? How? Just tell me. You go to a bank. Last time I was opening my presidential campaign account, and I told them, can you just say presidential campaign team for goal? I told me no. We only have two types of account, individual account or corporate account. So presidential advisory team is not a corporate. That is amorphous. So, so I'm giving you facts, Alan. So for this matter, these private hospitals, especially rural ones, are suffering, isn't it? And that's why they give these things. So let us not have speeches. And Alan, these people go to State House to give statements how SHA is working. If it is working, there's no need for a speech. It will just be seen. I was in Spain. I never had a prime minister issuing a statement that SHA is working. Those directives show it's not working. If it is working, there will be no directive telling people teachers must move to SHA. It's not working. And if you want to understand how this is, which scheme is the military? It's not on SHA. Why? The president cannot dare. which scheme does for the police? It's not SHA, isn't it? Why? Because he can't dare. Those are the people he has captured the state. Which scheme is judiciary? They are not on SHA, isn't it? So institutional judiciary, parliament, isn't it? Military and police are not on SHA. The day we shall believe the president that is serious about SHA, even State House should be on SHA, isn't it? All the ministers. Do you know why SHA is not working, Alan? Let me be honest to you as a governance expert.
Tell us.
SHA is not working because the people who needs to make it work are not on SHA. The executive is not on SHA. Judiciary is not on SHA. Parliament is not on SHA. Do you know the Speaker of National Assembly is insured? Even his teeth is insured. His teeth. Even his hair is insured. Even his, yes. Go and check at the statement. They have been given X amount of money, like the Speaker of National Assembly, if I can remember, he has a medical cover for dental not less than 450,000 a year. They have
so eyes. His teeth, no, how much he eats, his teeth cannot fall out.
Yeah. So that's why I'm telling you, the reason why SHA is not working is that the people who should make it work are not on SHA. When SHA does not work, they are not affected. You get me? Do you know, Alan, why as a husband at home, you have to ensure there is shopping at home? Because today, before I woke up, my wife prepared for me tea, isn't it? But yes, told me, sweetheart, there is no milk, isn't it? So I know if I don't buy milk, in the morning, says hakuna chai. Silvio, suppose you are a husband who drinks tea in a restaurant, isn't it? Will the kids have milk at home?
No.
So the reason why SHA is not working is that those who needs to make it work are not on SHA. The reason why anything doesn't work, these guys, when they get sick, they go abroad. You hear me? They deliver outside the country, their wives and their families, isn't it? When they have a challenge, they go outside the country. Education is not working because those who are supposed to make education work are not on CBC. That's why CBC is not working. Most of these people, ministers, the executive, isn't it? For example, the president's son studied in Strathmore, isn't it? He didn't study in UN, isn't it?
Yeah.
So UN can fail, but the president's son can study in Strathmore. I have record because I was a professor there. You saw the other day, John Mbadi's daughter graduating in Australia, isn't it?
Yeah.
So why should education work? CS Treasury,
and
who writes a check.
Who is supposed to release
yes,
the
so the reason why education is not working is because the people need to work. Their children don't consume education in Kenya. The same thing to healthcare. The reason why road system cannot work is that the people who should make it work are having Land Cruiser that should be running on a road that does not have tarmac, isn't it?
They can't fill the potholes.
They can't fill the potholes. But by the way, today I have to be happy that today when I was driving in here, the road here coming to Ridgeways, I was surprised.
You might find that it is an initiative of the people, because the people who stay around this area, the CEO Wachache Pia, you find it's not the initiative of the government.
So Alan, mark my words.
Yes.
The day our system will work, it will only work when someone like you and me, who consume the products of SHA, the products of the medical scheme in the country, the education system, food security. Do you know, Alan, I went to a home of another very rich man, isn't it? All the alcohol at home are not from Kenya. You get me? They are exported, they buy using duty free. So they don't even buy alcohol in Kenya. All the food they get was bought in South Africa, the cheese they buy in Dubai, isn't it? So everything is exported there. That's why they don't care about the quality. Their sugar are not the sugars you drink. You get me? So what I'm trying to say here is that so long as we are still depending on consumption from outside, the suits they put on are never made in Kenya, isn't it? The shoes they put on are never made in Kenya. The phones they use are never made in Kenya. But of course, all of us are there because there is no phone in Kenya, isn't it? So the time...
President Pado.
So let's be honest. Like now the Chinese are constructing State House, isn't it? they are the same Chinese are the ones constructing
stadium.
the stadium, isn't it? The same Chinese. So, and the Chinese have bribed them to do it, isn't it? So it won't work, my brother. It won't work. So their children, when they want to do sports, they play abroad. You get me? They go for academy in Manchester United. They go for Arsenal academies in Europe. The academies in Kenya, their kids don't go to. You get me? And that's why the system will never work. I want to tell you, Alan, when I become president, isn't it? It will become illegal to consume private things when you are a public figure, including state house. The president, when sick, should pick SHA and go to Nairobi Hospital, or go to Kenyatta Hospital, or go to Bagathi Hospital and get treated. That's why the best doctor is not in Bagathi. The best doctor is not in Kenyatta. The best doctor cannot be in public hospitals. The best doctor can be Nairobi, isn't it? And Nairobi Hospital, when things get worse, they are flown out of the country. You saw the case of Tuju. When Tuju got an accident, isn't it? He was taken to Karen, then flown to London, isn't it? He got healed. Now who will fly you to London, Alan? Who will fly Fred Ogola?
I will fly to heaven.
What percent of Kenyans can fly to London? So that's what I'm trying to say. Kenyans must put this. In fact, if there's any change of law, if there's any mandamano now on healthcare, education, we should not do mandamano that SHA should go. No. We should do mandamano that all public and public figures must consume the public services, because they cannot be the one making them work when they are not consuming them.
Absolutely. Fiery first set of this conversation. Let us take a quick break, and when we come back,